So, what I'm doing, you guys, I'm doing something I should not be doing. I am shopping right now. I'm like, oh my God, like I end up buying chairs for my new home. How do I turn the lights on? Okay, there we go. I got some new chairs for my new home back there. Some more new chairs. It's for my bar. It's for my bar. So I went and got some chairs for my bar. You know, I want them to be at my bar. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm a little bit not happy right now. I'm not happy right now about what's going on right now in St. Louis City. I'm not happy right now with what's going on, period. But I continue to remind God of His word. I know that we are at our last days in life. So you move? No, not yet. I'm in the process of moving. I'm getting ready to go soon and design the kitchen. So hopefully once we design the kitchen, when I design the kitchen, I can move in. I can move in, okay? Okay. Hopefully when I design the kitchen, I will move in. A young lady that was visiting St. Louis City over the weekend for a volleyball tournament lost her legs. Two of her legs got amputated because of a young man who was out on bond with a GPS ankle monitor, who violated his parole 40 times, who violated his parole, and he was in St. Louis City, downtown St. Louis. He was downtown St. Louis, and our prosecutor Kimberly Gordon refused to prosecute from his charges in the past. He was already out on bond for, I believe, for armed robbery, driving without license, stealing. So that is very sad, and I'm really under pressure that is sad. I'm under pressure that just imagine you're 18, or you're 16, or you're 15-year-old, or you're 12-year-old, or you're 11 years old, come to visit your city, and they're coming to play volleyball for the weekend, and first time been in St. Louis, and to know that you're no longer going to have legs, and to know that you're on a ventilator. You're breathing on a ventilator here in the city of St. Louis. She's at St. Louis University Hospital. So I want you guys to pray. I want you guys to continue to pray for her. I did post the story on my page. The story on my page. And I am calling on our governor. I'm calling on the governor, the mayor. I am calling on a federal investigation. There needs to be a federal investigation on our prosecutor. Our prosecutor has so many cases, outstanding cases, she has refusing to look over because of the overwhelming response of her office. But when she does look over the case, she's refusing to prosecute those cases. Here in the city of St. Louis, we deserve justice. I'm calling on the White House, President Joe Biden. I'm calling on our Vice President. I'm calling on in a federal investigation to remove her from the office. I am hurt. I am sad. I am disgraced. And our city around, not just St. Louis, Missouri, but our city deserves justice. Our city does, even though there's crimes in every city, there's crimes in every city right now. And it's hard for the mayors, and it's hard for your radio personalities to constantly report on crimes night and day. And I have a platform. I can speak very popular when I want to. But I am calling on Kimberly Gordon. You guys call her name out in prayer. I am calling on her to be removed from the office, prosecutor office of the city of St. Louis, who the city of St. Louis constantly give her chances because we believe, because she's a black woman, and I believe that black women deserve to be in higher positions now. It is time for black women to become mayors. It is time for black women to become judges, prosecutors. It is time for black women to become mayors. It is time for black women to become police chiefs. It is time for black women to be in charge, because so many people that's color and so many men, especially African American men who are in positions, are refusing to let women to speak up. I'm calling on a federal investigation. And I will do that. How, Andrew? I will use my platform to make sure that I get the attention, to make sure this get an attention. I'm calling on the mayor, Tashara Jones, to step up and do her job, and to make sure that our prosecutor are constantly not just looking over cases, but to make sure the cases are being handled, and make sure the families are out here getting justice. I have not spoke on this, but a couple years ago, my cousin was shot and killed in the city of St. Louis. We still haven't heard about who was the killer. Why was the killer not charged? It is time for the people in the city of St. Louis to get justice. We got so many platforms, but we are using it to hurt. We're using it to pick, and we're using it to bully each other across the country, across the world. This is sad. I'm going to use my platform for the families out here, not for I could continue to get the attention, but I want the families to continue to get the attention that they need. All the money in the world don't mean anything. I don't care about you guys not supporting me. I don't care about you guys not watching me. But I will continue to demand justice. When things like this are going on in the city, they say call on the church. The churches is coming only when they are paid. We need to call on Jesus. There are so many folks out here. Families can't sleep night and day. There are so many families who deserve justice, while the bad guys are constantly driving around, getting up night and day freely to eat whatever they want, steal whenever they want, kill whenever they want, and no justice are being served. No justice are being served. Here, everybody in the city of St. Louis deserve to have justice. They deserve to have freedom of speech. They deserve to walk the streets and protest when they want. Women of God, women rights are being taken away. No one should tell a woman what you should do to your body. You was born to have freedom of speech and do whatever you want to your body. You don't deserve no one to tell you what to do to your body. No governor, no president, no Republican. No one should tell you what to do to your body, no matter how saved or how sanctified you are. I know a lot of you guys going to take that to a higher standard. I know this might get back to the church. But I said what I said. No one deserved to tell you what to do with your body, women of God. And I'm calling every woman. I'm calling on the city of St. Louis, the mayor Tashara Jones. I'm calling on our new police chief who just got in office. I want Kim Gordon to be removed right now from the office from the city of St. Louis. And I'm requesting every city position to be audited. I want to know what they're spending in their budget. Are they only showing up for photo op? Are they only showing up because there's a crowd? Politics, they're constantly getting voted. Night and day. They're constantly being told that they're going to do this and do that to their city. They're lying to us. They're only doing that, and you'll see them working for a second. But when election time is up, many bills are getting passed. Many people are getting arrested. You take those 4 years or those 2 years. You have been told, you have been voted to work. The same reason why we vote you in, we can vote you out. Do you understand? Kimberly Gordon has so many outstanding cases here in the city of St. Louis. So many people are refusing to work with her. So many people are leaving her office. No one is speaking up. So many people are constantly getting killed, and so many people are getting their business damaged by thieves running into their business. You got to put blocks outside. You got to put proper things out to protect your business overnight. So many business owners are leaving the city of St. Louis and leaving downtown because your taxes are up. There are so many people are constantly hitting me up night and day and say, Andrew, can you use your platform? I'm not talking about y'all, but I'm talking about the people in the city of St. Louis who I get emails and I don't know what to do. I'm constantly getting messages saying, Andrew, can you use your platform to tell them to stop raising up the tax? If they raise up taxes one more time, I'm going to lose my house. They're going to lose their house. I am sick. We have black mayors in the office. We have black people in higher position. They was once feeding the homeless, and now you don't see homeless shelters around the city of St. Louis. We have so many empty apartment buildings and so many buildings from 47 floors to 60 floors when we can buildings turn into a homeless shelter. We can turn into a mental institution. We can turn into a hospital on the next floor. We can turn into different floors for jobs. So it's only dedicated for the homeless people, so they can work, so they can get the medication, so they the prayers, and they can. But there has been plenty of funds to different cities and different states. Like the city of Atlanta, they are returning $10 million. They are returning $10 million from the COVID funds. When they can request and demand this money to be sent and help those that are working for daycares, they can't afford daycare. Though they can use that money for business that are closing down to help them stay up without penalizing them. They can turn that to a homeless shelter. There is so much money. And you know what? I have so many mayors and so many city leaders. So many celebrities are following me. I'm going to save this video until it get out. We need the help. Why is it so much? Why is it so much that we can't have homeless shelters? Why does the mayor have 5 or 6, 7 bodyguards? Why does the mayor need a black truck? You know why? because she needs to be protected. But you only need one bodyguard. As I look back a couple days ago, I began to go and look at what's going on in Chicago. You guys in Chicago need a new mayor. We need a new prosecutor. Our mayor is doing okay. She's doing fine. It's what she can do. But I am calling on a new prosecutor. But you guys that live in Chicago, I have a lot of supporters and I have a lot of fans that live in Chicago, city of Chicago. And you guys definitely need a new mayor. That mayor don't know left or right. That mayor only cares about herself and her family. Okay? You guys email me if you guys had a loved one that got killed of violence in your city. If you had someone who has not, your family, your loved ones have not received justice, I need the picture of that person, of your loved one. What happened? If you have the police report, email me at andrewcaldwell78@gmail.com. Why I'm on the radio, I will use my voice. Why I have these platforms, I will use these platforms. Okay? I am hurt. I'm sad. I am disgusted. And I feel like our cities, our countries need better. I'm not trying to act like Martin Luther King. I'm acting like Andrew. I can't act like no one but myself. You guys, email me. I promise you, if I can get 100 or 200, 300 emails, email me. I will print those out and I will try and forward to the right people. So, and to your prosecutors and to the city, and to make, and I will put their names out. I will blast them to see when are we going to get justice. When are we going to get justice? Yes, the Bible said we're in our last days to pray for our city leaders, to pray for the country. But come on now. We voted you in. And we can vote you out. Remember that. I love you guys. Continue to pray for me. Continue to lift me. Make sure you guys download the Odyssey app. AUDACY. And listen to the Hot 104.1 on tomorrow. Make sure you guys email me. Let me give you guys my email again. That is my first and last name. That is 78@gmail.com. That is Andrew Caldwell 78@gmail.com. Using those people deals for clout is bad. I would never in my life do that. There are so many people who across the world who demand justice. I am tired of our city being separated. I am tired of so many people in our city are saying black, black, black. No. What about the white people? What about the Mexicans? What about the Africans? What about the Indians? What about the Chinese? What about the Mexicans? Everybody deserves justice. Everybody deserves to be in a seat. Everybody deserves to work in every position. It's not about me. It's about me using my platform. My cousin was killed a couple of years ago here in the city of St. Louis, who has not received any justice. We have a prosecutor, Kimberly Gordon, who is refusing to prosecute those that's walking around these streets, killing, robbing, scamming, breaking in these buildings, going into these high-end stores. It's sick. Do you understand me? It is sad. You're blocked. You're sad. And you're disgusting. For anyone who sits around and think this is a joke, I have the platform. I have 300 and some thousand. I have another 300,000 on Facebook. I can get the justice. Once I begin to talk about it on my platforms, once I begin to show them there's so many people around the world who lost their families, who have not received justice, I will come to your city and ask them why. I will start at my city first. I can't go to other cities and ask for justice until I start at my city first. My cousin was killed a couple years ago, and we still haven't found out who killed him. Why is this person freely walking around, eating, drinking, going to the store, going to the mall, while my cousin is 6 feet deep? While we are still grieving when it's birthdays, holidays, or just thinking about receiving a call and saying, how you doing today? That hurts. And I know it hurts for you. And that's why I have the platform. I'm working on the radio. I am on right now talking about it. And I will use my platforms so you guys and we can get justice. And those those are working in these departments, that's working in high profile positions, like the prosecutor, like the mayor, like the police chief, like the governor. If they do not do their job, they deserve to be voted out. That you would not wait to your term. I cannot continue to allow Kimberly Gordon, the prosecutor here in the city of St. Louis, to finish her term. I am sick and I'm hurt. Justice needs to be served. I am tired of going to bed hearing gunshots in the Central West End. I am tired of going to the store feeling like somebody's going to come in and shoot. I am tired of being afraid going to my car at night without thinking someone is going to rob me. You can't go outside at night or run through the park without thinking you're going to get robbed or raped. This is sad. And we are at our times. But you know what? It's going to take someone in this world to actually stand up. I don't need the shares. I don't need the likes. I just need you to put the word out. We need a prosecutor here in the city of St. Louis. It is disgusting. And I am calling right now. I'm calling right now on a new prosecutor. I'm asking our governor person for a new prosecutor. I'm asking the mayor, the city of St. Louis mayor, Tashara R. Jones, to appoint a new prosecutor. This has been going on for so long. How much more can we take? How much more can you take? Those that live in the city of St. Louis, especially city of downtown, I am praying for you. No, I don't hold a office position here in the city of St. Louis, and I should. But I decided to take the radio position. My heart goes out to my city. Every day I always think of how can I help the city of St. Louis. I have nothing towards our mayor. I love our mayor. I just wish she would get rid of certain people that's in certain positions. I constantly fight for our city. When there's different protests going on in the city of St. Louis or St. Louis County, I try my best to attend those. A lot of people say I'm out there for clout. No, I'm out there getting eaten by mosquitoes. I'm out there seeing many people are crying and screaming, getting maced by police, getting pulled and hurt by police officers. So many folks are throwing things at our police officers, but we say something when they react. It is time for justice. It is time for our city to heal. It is time for the people that comes to visit the city of St. Louis County and St. Louis City to feel safe. You should not have to feel unsafe visiting the city of St. Louis. That young lady, that my heart goes out to her physically, emotionally, oh my God, and spiritually. I can't say I know the pain that you're going through because I don't. But I can feel the pain that you're going through. I know that you're on a ladder, and I know legs got amputated. That's wrong, but it got amputated. I'm hurt. She never been to St. Louis, but she was coming for a volleyball tournament. that you may won the game, and you may feel like that no one loves you. I love you. I don't know you. I will love you. I am hurt. A young lady who came to the city of St. Louis for a volleyball tournament over the weekend now have to be flown back with no legs. Who is right now, they say right now, who is on a ventilator. Because the prosecutor here in the city of St. Louis had dropped the charges on that man who was driving a stolen car and driving with no license, who was speeding through the city of St. Louis downtown while there are many visitors were downtown. Many visitors, many tourists that was visiting our city overnight, night and day. And you expect us to remain downtown while we feeling safe. You expect the sheriffs to block off the streets over the weekend. No. I really feel, Mayor Tashara Jones, every city by the American Center should be blocked off permanently until the crime stop. The crime needs to stop in the city of downtown city of St. Louis. There are so many folks are living downtown or who are living in apartments or who are afraid to go out night and day. But you're constantly raising up the rent. You're constantly raising up the taxes on taxpayers in the city. We are short on police staff. We are short on police. You know why we are short on police? Because police officers are not trained to be your therapists. They are here to serve and protect. We are constantly calling 911 and not getting a respond. You know why we're not getting a respond? Because 30% of the calls are pertaining to mental illness. The police department can only do so much. Our officers are not therapists. When we get a call for mental illness, I feel that someone who can relate, someone that can help people that are fighting mental illness need to respond to that call. Yes, you have separated the calls from 911 calls for mental health calls. But when we are calling right now, it will say, thank you for calling the City of St. Louis Police Department. Do not hang up. This is an emergency. Do not hang up. It will constantly say that for 20 to 30 minutes. What if my mom, my sister, my brother, my wife are hurt or shot or killed? They just gonna lay there and die because we are short on police dispatchers. But you are constantly walking around with 5 to 10 bodyguards. It needs to stop here in the city of St. Louis. We only see you when it's something bad. We should have a press release or a press conference every week of what's going on in this city. What updates have you done? You guys, sooner or later, I will run for mayor. Sooner or later, I will run for police commissioner. Sooner or later, I will sit on these different boards to fight for your children to have the best health care in the hospitals. I am hurt, and I don't know what to do. I am hurt, and I called on the name of Jesus. I prayed, and I'm trying to make sure that my prayers are not in vain. I'm making sure my prayers are not blocked. But I just want to know, God, do you hear me? God, do you hear our prayers? I'm not going to lose my faith. But God, I know you still hear me. Memphis, Chicago, Atlanta, New York, we deserve justice. We deserve to live in a better community. We deserve We deserved. I am hurt. I'm hurt. I'm hurt, people. I am hurt. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. There's re-election is coming up in March. Re-election is coming up in April. Yes, it's too late for me to run, but I wish every person that's on here listening would get the word out sooner or later. I'm running soon. And I will stick what I am saying right now today. I will get a team together to make sure that everything I say is put together on paper. But because I do not hold a city position, I'm considered an internet, what they call it, an influencer, what they call it, a social media influencer. I can do it. I can sit next to people who are in positions that say, hey, come on, let's go. We're going to do this together. I don't need to run for anything right now. But what I'm going to do is make sure my voice are being heard. It is sad and it's disgusting. And us black people, yeah, I'm saying it, us black people, we need to do better. We need to do better. We deserve justice. I want to say thank you to our healthcare workers. Thank you to our doctors who are constantly going to work every single day. Thank you to our nurses, our nurse practitioners, and our doctors, our CEOs of these hospitals out here. Thank you. Thank you to our police officers who are constantly getting up every day. Your job is not to be a counselor. Your job is not to sit there and help with mental illness, but you can help along with it. Because while that officer is taking 20 to 30 minutes responding to that call, we have another call that just came in for someone probably got stabbed or about to get killed or just got robbed. They can use that time to do that. I'm hurt. I'm sad. And I never thought that I would have to come on here and express my feelings. Something needs to be done. Something really needs to be done. We're constantly building hospitals after hospitals. You're constantly taking down buildings that's already been up for 20, 30 years, saying it's time for a renovation. What about the homeless people? It's time for them it's time for them to have a renovation. It's time for them to get a home. They didn't ask to be homeless. They didn't ask to walk around the streets with no shoes, with no clothes, digging out the trash cans, trying to find something to eat. Sitting at Starbucks and sitting at different businesses are constantly getting put it out. I remember when I was homeless and I sat there at that table and they constantly knocked on that table and said, sir, you can't sleep here. I remember going into Starbucks and washing underneath my arms. And I remember holding my arms up and washing my arms because I was a little musty. I remember digging out the trash cans, finding none of your shit, yeah. Trying to do your shit. None of your shit, yeah, your shit. Your shit. Trying to do your shit. Trying to find something to eat. I remember that. You don't know my story. You just judge because you want to judge. I wish I had $1 billion. And I would try my best to open up homeless shelters in the city of St. Louis County, and go to different cities. All this material things don't mean crap. We need to go much harder for our city, our homeless. We vote in these black people. We vote in us. And we expect them to change the homeless and expect them, and they say what they're going to do, and none of that never happened. I don't know what to say. My prayers go out to that young lady. My prayers go out to her family. I can't say I know the feeling, because I don't. I can't say that I know the pain, because I never felt that type of pain that you're in. But I do know that God answered prayers. I love you guys. I'm praying that God would change our city, that God would change our prosecutor. I'm praying that God would change. So many folks are refusing to attend church. They don't even want to pay their tithes anymore. They expect the pastors to come dirty and raggedy. No, God said, you bless his house, he will take care of you. You guys, get back in church if you haven't. Please. Find you a church home in your city. Find you a pastor that actually cares for you. She can be a woman or it can be a man. But women can preach as well. Men can preach as well too. If you guys don't have a church home, find one. I'm hurt. And I'm sad for what's going on here in the city of St. Louis. I'm home now. I'm in my area where they say the rich folks live at. It's not true. Things are changing. Every night there are gunshots going on. Might not be going on in my area, but I can hear it around the city of St. Louis. So many folks are refusing to accept me because I have a bold spirit. Well, you're really going to hate me now, because now I'm finna ready to fight for justice. I'm ready to fight for people to get out of these positions. If it have to take for me to get spray painted, shot at, windows busted, that's fine with me. But you getting out of these offices sooner or later, because God is going to change things. Okay? Y'all, pray for me. Pray for the city of St. Louis. I always wanted to run for a position. I always wanted to help the church of God in Christ. But folks refuse to accept me. I never asked to get that mic. I never asked that. I always wanted to be a police officer. I always wanted to run for the city, and now I don't think I can do that. I got turned down of many things because they say, oh, and these are not my color, the Caucasian folks. Well, you got too much commotion going on. We can't accept that. I said, what do you mean? What do you mean? Well, you're known, but you're not famous. I said, so I can't sit here. I can't do that for you guys? No. And I said, well, why? Why? They say you are known off the church, and we don't support the church like that. But you're a Catholic. Why don't you support the church? I'm going to use my platform not to tear people down, but to build people up. And that's what I've been trying to do. I am hurt and I'm sad. Y'all don't know, my heart is, I have so much pain right now in my chest of what's going on here in the city of St. Louis. You want to go to the clubs, you want to go to the parties, but you're refusing. You're refusing to help the homeless. You're refusing to you guys are constantly voting in people because of their name, but you're not voting them in because of their actions they're doing. Don't feel sorry for me. Don't feel sorry for me. I never asked to be famous. And the same person that made me famous won't even talk to me. Won't even really acknowledge me. Never done nothing to him. The Church of God in Christ really don't care about me. I never understand why. I don't sit on these platforms and talk about our pastors. I don't sit on these platforms and bash our church, even though I could. I don't sit and do that. I don't care of not get invited to speak at or to talk at different around these churches, because I'm not a pastor. I'm not a minister. But there are people out in this world that need to be delivered. There are young men who are walking these streets that need to know that God is still in the midst of delivering. There are still people in this world that are losing their faith right now because they don't know what to believe. I refuse to post that young woman talking about she pregnant by another woman. Who is the baby daddy? I'm not going to post it. And I'm not going to entertain that. I stand for what I believe. You guys, pray. It is time to pray. We are constantly losing our bishops. We're constantly losing our first ladies. But no one talks about that we're losing our church mothers now. The people that are coming up now, they don't even know what fasting means. The people are coming up now, all they want to do is put on a big old hat. But they don't know what it takes to put on that big old hat with anointing upon them. They just want to look pretty. They just want to become a Barbie doll for their husbands. But a lot of our church mothers who wear those big old hats, those crowned hats, because they prayed and fasted for years. They got on their knees and prayed. They stayed at the altar until souls was getting delivered. They fasted and prayed when you don't even want to fast and pray. We are losing our church mothers. We are losing our city leaders. We are losing our mayors and our police chiefs. They want to be celebrities and not city leaders. They want to come when it's only time for a photo op. But not when it's time for when you just lost your loved ones that got killed overnight. They say we are for you, we're going to help you. But they didn't even pay for the funeral. They always want the church to do this and do that. But when you guys going to step in and do that and do that? It is time for a change. And I believe God is calling for a change. We're at our last days, and I know our last days said our days are numbered. We don't know when it's Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. It was just 6 o'clock. Now it's 7 o'clock. I'm just saying, saints of God, I'm calling on a change. And I'm calling on the prosecutor here in the city of St. Louis to be removed from her office. Anyone that's coming on here want to know why, I already posted why. I love you guys, and pray for me as I continue to go forward and live for Christ. I love you.